I've been pretty lucky, touch wood. I've never had a major injury or nothing's ever kept me out for a very long time. But I guess the biggest challenging thing for me was that I lived 4 hours from where the hub of hockey was for New South Wales, so plenty of travelling. Parents did plenty of travelling because I couldn't drive when I was younger, and I had to relocate from my family to live in Sydney to pursue hockey. So for me, that's the biggest challenge that I've had to do. And, move to a big city from a country town. It all takes a while to get used to, but I'm glad I did it. I got some good mates out of it, so yeah, for me it's definitely the biggest challenge. Probably winning under 21s last year has been the highlight of my career because we'd worked so hard for it for a couple of years, and I'd been with a couple of these boys, like I said in previous interviews, since probably 12. So to actually win a prestigious tournament that New South Wales hasn't won in 10 years with a group of my good mates who I've known forever was probably the biggest highlight.
Probably my speed. When I was 16, 17, I had a growing disease in my knees. It's called Osgood-Schlatters, and it sort of slowed me down. I wasn't allowed to run really.
Yeah.
And then come back from that and really worked on my speed and picked it back up. Probably the same as Nick winning 21s last year. That was probably the best. Yeah. Being with everyone since we were 12, 13, and then winning the highest junior age group you can win. Pretty special. By the end of the year, hopefully make the development squad or something like that can get me over there, but we'll see how it goes. I'd like to see it get a lot popular in Australia. It's pretty popular overseas, but in Australia I'd like to see it get a lot popular, but can't see it happening yet. Everyone loves soccer, everyone loves footy, AFL, them kinds of sports, but I think if we do show it on telly a bit more, everyone might see how skillful it is and how hard it is to play, and they might admire it, but hopefully it gets better. Even weekend hockey, could have weekend hockey on there.
That's true.
I know Queensland is starting it. I think Vic is starting it as well, getting their own channel. But yeah, we don't have it in Sydney.
That's cool.
Might be a good idea. We could start one.
We could. We could start one.
I think it's underrated, definitely in Australia, as you mentioned. But I think as the rest of the world sort of starts to make it a bit more popular, like India, there's a lot of money there. You know, Netherlands, Germany, Belgium. I think as soon as they're starting to make it a bit more professional, and with the Hockey World Cup, they played it over in the Netherlands, and I think it was a massive success. You know, they played in a massive football stadium. You know, 16,000 spectators at every game in there. So I think for Australia to make it not as underrated, I think we have to keep making sure that the rest of the world, you know, those European countries make it a high profile sport. If they can keep pushing it higher and higher, I think as we keep winning, as long as Australia keeps winning, you know, medals at Olympics and World Cups and stuff like that, I think it can make a push. But until then, I'm not sure how it's going to rate in Australia, but we'll wait and see. Yeah. I guess I'm like everyone, you want to see it go as high as possible, but you got to be realistic in the end. But there's always little goals we have to set. You can't set a big one, so just wait and see what happens at the end of this tournament. And if it's a good one and rewards come for it after it, then we'll just wait and see. You're only one good tournament away from playing for Australia. You know, if you can have a good tournament, get noticed by selectors, and before you know it, your foot's in the door. Like, I think guys are still making it in their mid-20s. They're still making their debuts, so I guess you never know, and just keep working hard. Could happen. So hopefully all the way. We'll wait and see. Disappointing result yesterday, but I mean, that's hockey. We've had plenty of them, and like Jack said, just about when you represent New South Wales, you got to put your best foot forward every time. You can't be slack or anything, even if you're disappointed. So I'm glad we came out and got a good win against Queensland again for the second time, and to finish on a good note.
Yeah, that was definitely the hardest part today, was trying to get all the young boys up for today's game. Still better finishing third than it is fourth. So yeah, that was probably the biggest challenge, but we overcome it today. We played pretty well, considering we were missing a few players, as we said that at the start, but I think the boys played well. All those young kids that come in really stood up and played well. So it was still a good week.
Yeah, we got plenty of young guys, so I mean they'll come through the ranks like we did, and hopefully, you know, in a year or two they will be as dominant as what we were last year.
Yeah.
And have that experience under their belt and get a victory up. So looks positive for us, even though it's not good for us because our last year, it's still good for New South Wales in general because we had a lot of young guys.
Yeah.
For them to finish off like that, it's a good thing.